George, is this the end of the road for Eagles?
I don't think so. There's still final football to go. We need to keep on winning, and today just wasn't our day. I mean, it's hard enough playing South Hobart with 11 men. We played them with 10 for a good 55 minutes. Once we scored that goal, it was 2-1. We thought we had a bit of a chance. But of course, the red card, and that put us back.
What was your view on the red card, George?
Say that again?
What was your view on the red card?
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. I was going to take him off when he got the yellow card. So I'll blame myself a little bit. Yes, it was a red card. End of story.
Is it ill discipline again, George?
Could be. Look, I'll keep that to the club. That's something that I have to deal with, and we'll move on that one.
Tough game next week?
They're all tough games. We'll be right next week. We'll be right. Look, we've played South Hobart. They're worth their label as champions. Look, I think they're home now.
Is it South Hobart's title to you?
To me, it's South Hobart's title. No one's going to touch them now. We had the chance. I mean, who's going to touch them? They've thrashed everyone.
And
Absolutely.
What's your aim now? Second place?
If things happen right for us over the river there, we will stay second. If they don't, then we'll drop to third.
And 2 hard losses in consecutive weeks now. Statewide Cup last week as well, George. How's the team's morale?
I don't look at them as hard losses, and I don't worry myself about the cup game. The disappointment is today. 2-0 down in 10 minutes, 1 back, red card. That's a disappointment. I don't look at losses. Everyone's going to lose a game. But there is a little secret about it. It's how you lose the game. Yeah.
Is that the title for you?
Well, I don't think we can say that, but we were superior today. I thought we played well and bossed the game. They've got one diagonal ball in, and McEwen's found a bit of space and he puts it away. But I think, looking at our stats, we had 40 opportunities today for 4 goals, so I think we were very dominant. We kept possession well. I mean, the pitch was very playable, that's for sure, and I thought we used the ball well and moved it around and moved them around and took our opportunities.
Kanakaris' hat-trick, brilliant hat-trick.
A different class. He's been pretty ordinary the last couple of weeks, but when he does score or when he turns on a performance, it's special, and he was very special today. I thought his distribution overall was tremendous. He sees things. He's played a couple of passes from in the corner flag to both Liam and Tommy Roach, which we should have scored off. I mean, great vision to pick out the pass.
Is one of the strengths of your team, if someone's having an off game, there's always someone else who pops up and scores?
Well, I think it helps. I mean, Greggy Down had a bit of a corky, and we bring Liam Scott on, and I thought Liam's distribution was tremendous. He can pick a pass as well, pick a lock as it were. So, yeah, I think you're right. We can make changes if somebody's having an off day. Johnny Lowe comes on and grabs another one, so that's the great strength of the side, of the squad.
Ken, we seem to ask it every week, but it's maybe 57 wins now, unbeaten. Well, not 57 wins, 57 games unbeaten. How do you continue to challenge the boys and keep them interested? I mean, is that part of your role now in terms of that training? Yeah,
I think it's a little bit of man management now. Having said that, the players are super at keeping themselves focused, well disciplined. We could train them back a little bit this week because the grounds were particularly heavy, but in the hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes that we worked, it was a superb session. So they're pushing each other, and as we just spoke earlier, the people who are on the sites to start with want to get into that 11 and play, so we have great competition. So that in itself, I think, drives the players forward, just to get into the starting 11 and to perform at this level.
George has given you the title in his comments just before you've come here. What's the aim for the club now, given that it seems to be that the team is far superior to anything else in the Southern Premier League at the moment?
Well, obviously our aim would be the same probably as Barcelona and Manchester United in their leagues, is to keep going, keep winning the next match, keep putting pressure onto Clarence now, who play tonight, and just making life difficult for everybody around us. But we have to keep concentration and discipline and keep playing that type of football. I mean, the movement down the flanks from the wingers, from the fullbacks overlapping, like Furl's put in some tremendous crosses today, Jimmy Pennycott. We get people forward from the back, and that is our challenge, to keep going and see if we can have a repeat of last season. And now we have to forget about this game tonight and focus on next week, Kingborough at home. I mean, and that's what will happen.
Hi Luke, you've been at South Hobart for quite a while now. How are you settling in?
Yeah, pretty well. The guys here are really helpful with just helping you fit into the team and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
How's your fitness travelling at the moment? When you first got here, you were a little bit sluggish, possibly carrying a couple of kilos. How about now?
Yeah, pretty hectic trainings. It helps you a lot trying to get fit and stuff. So,
yeah,
a hell of a lot better than when I got here.
Fantastic. So what do you think of training here in comparison to clubs that you've been at in the past? I won't mention their name.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's a lot more intense. It's a lot more short, sharp stuff. It really gets you going a lot more and probably helps with your development a lot more too. Yeah.
So it's a different sort of place up here climatically as well. How are you finding Wellesley Park of an evening in the nice sunny conditions up here?
Well, it's not too different from the old Wentworth Park that I'm used to. It's still freezing as anything, but yeah, the turf's a bit of a downside, but deal with it.
Yeah, the turf has only got to go further downhill as well as we get further into winter Huigsloot. I don't want to break it to you. What about your match performances? Game time was a little bit limited when you first got here, but you seem to have locked down a position. How are you finding your time on the field now?
I was still not overly happy with how I'm playing. I mean, it's good to get 90 minutes on the pitch and get the game fitness into you, but I think I've still got a fair bit more development to go before I get to where I want to be.
Different system here, obviously, than they play at Clarence. How are you finding your role? You've been playing that sort of pressing midfielder quite a little bit. Is that a role that you're comfortable with?
Yeah, definitely comfortable with that kind of role. I think it's a lot more structured here than it used to be, and I think with the extra guidance, I suppose, it's made it easier to know exactly what I have to do. So yeah, it's really good.
What aspects of your game do you think you'll need to work on to take yourself to the next level?
Probably confidence and agility would be the two major ones. I think I'm not really happy with a lot of my first touches at the moment, but as I get more confidence up, hopefully they'll improve and get first to the ball a lot more when I start to get more agile and stuff. So.
Fantastic. We've drawn Northern Rangers away, which is a big game for us, them being one of the bigger teams up north, and I don't believe you've been on a bus trip yet with South Hobart. Are you looking forward to the experience?
I've been on a couple of bus trips, haven't really joined in the escapades on the way home, but you're setting a good example, so I'm sure I'll try and live up to the expectations.
Not a problem, Hoogie. You're welcome to travel on that good bus, but we'll find you, don't you worry.
Good evening, Ken.
Good evening, Jed.
We've got Kingborough in the league this week, quite soon after playing them in the Cup. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, they're difficult games when you get back-to-back games quickly. I went to see Kingborough at the weekend against Beachside, and I thought they were very compact. They played a nice game. Quite interesting. They made a switch, moving Davy Cooper out to the left-hand side and Davy Abbott through the middle, and that little movement worked well for them. Marcholi dictates things in midfield, and Bevan was up and down the field, had a good game as well. So a lot of respect for Kingborough. They're an honest side and they'll keep working, and we have to treat them with respect.
David Cooper nicked another goal as well when he went out to the left.
Yeah, Coops is always good for a goal wherever you're playing. I mean, he is good down the left-hand side. He scored a lot of goals for us coming from left-back position, so it was no surprise. But, at the end of the day, we've got to concentrate on South Hobart and really work the ball well and move them around and just be a little bit more dynamic in attack and really stretch them and get at them.
With regard to South Hobart, are you anticipating any changes this weekend?
Well, we'll have one change. Brady Mann broke a bone in his foot on Tuesday, so he's out for possibly up to 3 months. We hope it's not quite that long. So there will be changes there. But other than that, now we'll be settling on the unit that played against White Eagles. It was a solid performance against them. We created 40 opportunities in the game, so we'll be looking for something similar.
So are you thinking of signing anyone to replace Braden?
I've been talking with Scott Gannon. He's a young lad who was playing with Hawke's Bay in New Zealand for quite a while now, maybe 6 months, but while Scott would like to come here, and we probably would like him here as well, I think it's well out of our range, and I'm not really that desperate. We have Shay Hickey, Johnny Lowe, who's an out-and-out proven goal scorer, Liam Scott, who's a class player as well, and Dylan Pottsmer is a great goal scorer. He's been in good form in our reserve side. So we have a good youth programme, and it's up to us to produce the youngsters for the first team when the opportunities arise like now, and we'll work from within.
And looking a bit further ahead, drawn Northern Rangers in the Cup. That could be a big game.
Yeah, Northern Rangers are a super football club, well organised, well run, and they're also a good side on the park as well. So it is a good cup final. It was last year's final, so we'll be going north, looking forward to the game, and hopefully we can put on a good performance up there as well.
Thank you very much, Ken. Good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.